Ladies, when should you submit to a man? Or should you ever submit? That is the question here. Do you submit month 1, month 5, when you're proposed to, after you get married? I'll tell you when you should submit on the other side.
Brian Green, Optimal Happiness Guy, is a Renaissance man, a part of the Talented 10, published author of Amazon's #1 new release, Optimal Happiness, Love Ain't Never Been Enough, certified image consultant at Becoming Handsome Growth, LLC, entrepreneur of Body Goals and Still.
Thank you for joining to another conversation with Optimal Happiness Guy. Man, I appreciate you all support. I enjoy having these talks and providing my perspective and my thoughts. Hopefully it helps you in your relationships and getting more of the things you want. Today's conversation is going to be short, sweet, to the point, and hopefully add some value to you, or at least give you something to consider. So today's discussion is, when should you submit to a man? That's the question. It's a conversation that I've been having with a few people that I know, and I want to bring this conversation, or my private conversations at times, to a larger audience, so you all can hopefully benefit from my thoughts and my perspective. So, firstly, let's talk about what submit means from a denotation of the meaning of the word. Submit means to accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. Now, that word submit is a buzzword for a lot of women, and it takes you all places that you can't receive information sometime, or that you just refuse to be cordial about. It kind of sets off the cognitive dissonance, if you will. The word superior force or authority. It is what it is, right? Let's focus on this, for this purpose of this conversation, let's focus on will of another person. All right, let's focus there. Submit to the will of another person. In this case, your man, a man. All right. So you know how to do it. You know how to do it, ladies or lioness. You do it at your jobs, with your boss or manager. You also do it with your pastors in the church or in your religious circles. So you know how to do it. All right. So to answer the question, when to submit, you submit immediately. All right. Immediately. A great philosopher, Lauryn Hill, said, and even after all my logic and my theory, I had a motherfucker, so you ignorant ninjas hear me. So I'm saying immediately for you ignorant people. For the more informed people, you submit immediately. All right? What does that look like? Well, first of all, let's talk about the counter argument that I hear. And I hear quite often is, every man isn't worthy of me submitting to him. Duh. That goes without saying. But we're not talking about every man. We're specifically talking about a man that you have interest in, that you're dating or open to or desire a relationship with, ultimately a marriage. A man that you have to, it starts with dating, all right? You got to submit immediately. And this is why. This is the alternative. I hear women say, I'll submit once we're married or once he proves to be worthy. Well, the problem with that is, if you don't submit while you're being evaluated or vetted to be this man's girlfriend, fiance, or wife, or exclusive partner, ideally, if you don't submit while he's evaluating you, then you might miss the boat. example, if he's evaluating you and you're, I guess, evaluating him against some metric that you have for him to prove that he's worthy of you submitting to him, what if he's, hypothetically, if he's going to prove to you that he's worthy, I forgot this white light, the blinking light. But if he's going to prove that you're worthy, that he's worthy to you in month 6 or 7, what if he decides in month 3 or 4 that he no longer is vetting you to be his wife? So you miss out. You miss out. He may determine that you're not the one before you determine that he's worthy of you submitting to him. So you miss out either way. That's why it's important that you have to submit immediately. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's not much that can go wrong or harm that can come to you when you submit. The other side of this thing is, that I hear women talk about is, what if I submit immediately and then determine he's not worthy or he wasn't worthy of me submitting to him? So what? Once you determine that he's not worthy of you submitting to him, then obviously you're going to end the relationship, right? Break it off. You're no longer going to be together or be dating this man. I think that's a better outcome. You have to put all your chips in. You have to put your best foot forward. You have to present your best self and be your best self. This often includes submitting. You have to do that. And then if you don't get the outcome you desire, at least you know I did my part. I presented my best self. I submitted, and it didn't work out for other reasons. Maybe he wasn't worthy. But it's not wise to not present your best self and submit immediately and risk him determining, oh, she's not as submissive as I would like, or she doesn't submit to me, my will, as we determined, right? Back at the top, the will of another person. She doesn't submit to my will. She hasn't gotten on my program. She's acting more like a leopardess instead of a lioness. So I'm no longer vetting her to be my wife. That's a tough spot to be in when you could have just submitted yourself, put your best foot forward, and then let the chips fall where they're made by you doing your part. All right. So I don't want the video to run long. I want it to be short and sweet. You submit immediately, ladies. It doesn't work out any other way. The results and the data is showing you that it's not working the way you've been doing it. Try it this way and see if you can get better results. All right, like, subscribe, share this video with your friend. I appreciate you listening, and I'm just trying to help, give you some different perspectives on things. Optimal Happiness Guy. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.
Brian Green, Optimal Happiness Guy, is a Renaissance man, a part of the talented 10. Published author of Amazon's #1 new release, Optimal Happiness, Love Ain't Never Been Enough. Certified Electric at Becoming Enhancing Growth, LLC. Entrepreneur of Body Goals